What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with RK Outpost and GeeksGamers.com, and LeBron James has been in the news a lot over the past week or two. Maybe that's just because he's making up for lost time, considering how injured he was the first part of the Lakers season. But the other day, he got suspended after punching Isaiah Stewart in the face intentionally. Now, he's getting hit with a fine for something that he also did on the court, and a warning for something that he did off the court. And you might be surprised about what my take is on the fine itself. You may see me, for the first time possibly in this channel's history, defend LeBron James a little bit, but let's get into it. This is from TMZ Sports. LeBron James fined 15 grand for being crotchety. And a little more descriptive headline would be over here from Daily Wire. LeBron James fined $15,000 for obscene gesture he made on the court and warned over the language. LeBron James, our Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James, was hit with a $15,000 fine on Friday over an obscene gesture that he made earlier this week, and he also received a warning for using foul language while talking to reporters. LeBron has been fined 15 grand for making an obscene gesture on the playing court and warned for using profane language during media availability in response to the league-imposed discipline. And I think that's more of a reason why it's a big deal. It's the fact that he was using obscene language while he was talking about officiating. That's really, I think, why the NBA did that. It's more about that he was criticizing officials more so than saying the word bullshit, because that is what he said. We're going to go over the statement. When it comes to the obscene gesture on the court, a lot of you may have seen this. I'm going to put this image in the thumbnail, obviously. LeBron James grabbing his balls or grabbing at his crotch, right? And we do have the video over here so I can show you the video of exactly what happened and why I don't really have a fucking problem with it. Let's take it full screen so you can see a little better. It's in overtime. LeBron James hits a big shot, a dagger three against the lowly Indiana Pacers. And he does this. Take a look. I don't think I need sound for this. I will play it anyway. Boom. That's it. That's all it was. Now, if you're not familiar with NBA history, I guess, like, so many players have done this over the years. This is like the Sam Cassell big ball celebration, right? That's what it is. He's like, look at my fucking giant balls. I just hit this shot over you. That's all it is. And I feel like fining someone over that is a little ridiculous. LeBron James was being obscene on the court. LeBron James went up to people in that game, started screaming and saying, "This fucking one right here," when he kicked the people out of the Pacers game. Of course, there's been a lot of rumors about what's been said by those fans during the Pacers game. It's been spread all around the internet, and of course, all the bronze sexuals will use that to defend him as to why he was so mad that he got them kicked out. There's zero evidence for that. It's all based off of one person's statement. This person put out a YouTube comment. This person also put out a TikTok video where he recorded a bunch of the game, but none of what was said by these people. But he's just claiming, you're just gonna have to take his word for it, and that's what everyone is using. Even though we've seen LeBron James, literally within this calendar year, get people ejected simply for calling him a bitch on the floor. Yeah, it must be that they had to say something really bad about LeBron's family. That's the only explanation. I do not buy that. But I will say, I don't think LeBron James deserves to get fined for this. I think it's not like a sexualized thing. It's literally just, man, I got big cojones. I got big onions. I got big balls for hitting this shot. I don't think it's something the NBA should be fining for, whether it's LeBron James or anybody else at this point. I just think it's really silly and petty. As far as the obscene statement that he made, it does go back to Isaiah Stewart and him punching Isaiah Stewart. The league's warning about James' use of foul language appears to come from the remarks he made to ESPN while he was responding to the news that he'd been suspended for a game for striking a player in the face. I mean, it's some bullshit, but whatever. And then he kind of explained his side of the story, which doesn't quite line up when you watch it side by side. It was quite obvious. LeBron looked at Isaiah Stewart's face. He wound up, he balled his fist, and he hit Isaiah Stewart in the face with the back of his fist. He punched Isaiah Stewart. He meant to do that. I don't think he meant to draw blood the way he did, but I definitely think it was out of frustration. 100%. He called it a graze. That was not a graze. Look at what happened to Isaiah Stewart. Look at the impact it caused when it hit him. That was not a graze from LeBron James. With that being said, I don't think LeBron should have been fined for this. I really don't. And I do think the warning's probably not for the use of the word bullshit, considering he's used a lot of other things on the floor, even in that same game. I think it's more about they don't like him criticizing the officials in the NBA. But that's the news. Let me know what you guys think about this. LeBron James fined 15 grand for doing the Sam Cassell big balls celebration, and warned for his obscene language. Let me know in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.